What's good? What's good? What's good? Oh, man. Bears win, and I am fired up. Let's get everybody here in the live. Let's do it right now, man, because I got a lot to talk about. I got a lot to say. Let's see what the comment section looking like. Yeah, you guys are in here. Okay. Yeah, Monty did great. Give it up for the Vikes. We got some super chats in here. Monty was amazing. Yes, he was. And believe you me, I'm going to talk about that. Bear down. Yes. Bear down. Chicago. Was good, Faiz. How's your day? It just got a lot better. Thanks for asking, man. It just got a whole lot better because obviously the Bears win, but I also had a little bit of money on the Bears to win as well. So I'm happy. My pockets are happy. You guys are happy. It's a good day, folks. Okay, it's a good day. So with that being said, I think we got enough people in here. Hopefully more people join us. So right off the bat, here to talk about this Bears victory. And if you guys have questions, go ahead and submit them. Super chat is the way to get the questions answered for sure. I'm going to try to get through to as many questions as I can. But, man, what a game. What a game. And if you had David Montgomery in fantasy, yes, I see a few of you guys, Nicholas, saying, if you had David Montgomery in fantasy, you are a very happy fantasy owner right now because he went off, okay? So let me start by saying this, okay? My heart was beating so fast on the last play of the game right there, man. Oh, it looked like they were actually going to get the Hail Mary, Kirk Cousins, when he threw that last pass, but we got the interception. That was close. That was close, okay? So I don't know. You know what? I'm going to ask you guys, where do you guys want me to start? We can start with the offense. We can start with Trubisky, Montgomery. Where do you guys want me to start? Oh, looks like we want to start with the super chat. From Tavion Gamblin, you think we can be dangerous in the playoffs with how excellent we're currently playing? Well, listen, jump the gun here. We haven't made the playoffs yet. By the way, speaking of that, everybody here better be rooting against the damn Cardinals. We're Eagles fans today, folks, okay? Because we need the damn Cardinals to lose. All right, you guys want me to start with the offense? Okay, let's start with the offense. So, the offense was, again, fairly good. You know what? Let me stop there. It was really good. And we put up 33 points. 33 points, folks. This was a shootout. Okay, I predicted the Bears winning. I think I said 24-17. And this ended up being a 33-27 shootout. Okay, now, here's my biggest takeaway. Two things. And I tweeted one of them. Follow me on Twitter. Like I always tell you guys, I live tweet during the games. Number one, our entire offense has changed because of two things. Number one, David Montgomery. David Montgomery running the football has everything, folks. Because even when we pass the football now, we never get away from the run. We're able to stay ahead of the sticks. And I've been calling for this all season long. I said Bears need to turn into a running team for us to be successful. And it finally happened. And let me riddle you this. Just imagine if Matt given up play calling at the beginning of the year. Just imagine. The Bears would be in the playoffs right now. I truly believe it. Matt Nagy not giving up play calling for as long as he did. Oh, man. So David Montgomery, yeah, I wasn't, hating on him earlier in the season like you guys think I was. I was just being a little critical saying Monty needs to hit the ball, and he's been doing just that, folks. Like, he has been spectacular. It's a combination of us going back to Mitchell Trubisky over Nick Foles and Bill Lazor. So I just said, Matt Nagy not giving up the play calling earlier probably cost us wins. It really did. By the way, super chat from Applesauce. Appreciate you. I didn't see a question there, but Matt Nagy not giving up play calling earlier in the season cost us wins, folks. Bill Lazor's play calling has been amazing. Chris Lopez, you think we keep Mitch next year if he keeps putting up 30 points? Listen, I'm telling you this right now, okay? If the Bears get in the playoffs, that's the only way I see us keeping Mitchell Trubisky. If we miss the playoffs, it really hurts us, but now I feel a lot better about it. I feel a lot better because we essentially got rid of the Vikings. Like, the Vikings are playing the Saints next week, so they're out of the picture. Now I believe it's just going to be us and the Cardinals. So to answer your question, Chris, if he makes the playoffs, I could see it happening. So the second thing I was telling you guys about, Mitchell Trubisky being reinserted as a starting quarterback, and Bill Lazor. Bill Lazor's play calling has been brilliant, folks. Look at the offense, rollouts, motion, getting Darnell Mooney involved. Mitch throwing with that, with accuracy, throwing darts. Look, he had 2 bad throws in that game. I think one was the interception, obviously, and the interception was a bad throw. It was a flat-out bad throw by Mitch. Now, a lot of you guys were saying that maybe A-Rob could have ran the route better, but it looked like he just forced it. A-Rob was not open. When you saw the replay, he was not open. Maybe Mitch was hoping he would get open, but in that instance, I'd rather you just throw it away, Mitch. You know what? I get it. You'd have to settle for a field goal, but that's fine. All right? So that was the one bad play. But outside of that, Mitchell Trubisky played a great game. His stats don't pop off the page, but he did exactly what the game plan called. He didn't make any dumb mistakes, again, outside of the interception. And here's the other thing, too. Okay? I could just see Twitter blowing up the second Trubisky had interception. Like, they're just waiting for him to mess up. And I'm like, how are you guys Bears fans if you're waiting for, like, a player on the Bears to, like, mess up? It just doesn't make sense to me. We got another super chat. Bill Lazor is a way better fit for Mitch. It shows he absolutely is. Just imagine if this was the offensive play calling the entire year. Applesauce with a super chat. If things keep trending the way they are, do you see any changes still coming? So that's another thing. Thank you for bringing this up. If we make the playoffs, then there's a chance, obviously, we keep Matt Nagy. We might keep Ryan Pace. But here's the thing, folks, okay? Here's the thing. At this point, it's all about winning, right, and getting to the playoffs. So I'm okay with, us making the playoffs. And if that means another year of Nagy and Pace, who knows? But here's the thing, though. What's there to complain about right now, though? Right now, the offense looks good, and we're playing good football. So if Matt Nagy can do this and stay out of the way and let Bill Lazor keep calling the plays, then I'm all for it. Now, I don't think it'll be long-term. Like, we're not signing them to an extension. It'll be a year-by-year thing. So it changes every week, folks. Okay, I can't give you a definitive answer right now. It's going to change every single week. But those have been the 2 biggest differences, us running the football and Matt Nagy not calling the plays anymore, and Mitchell Trubisky. And the other thing, too, like I was saying about Mitch is, I don't know if do you guys notice this, man? Like, you see it every time on Twitter. The second he messes up, people can't wait to rip him. And I'm like, you're just waiting for him to fail. Like, I don't know how you consider yourself a Bears fan. You should want everybody on the Bears to do well. So I thought Mitch had a decent game. Obviously, the interception just, ruined it. But I think he had a great game. And Allen Robinson was solid. David Montgomery, the best player on offense today by far. Darnell Mooney, shout out to him. He looked good too. Anthony Miller, I think, was okay. I wanted to see more Cole Kmet today. Jimmy Graham was okay. So offense played brilliant, 33 points. Okay, and speaking of offense, shout out to Cairo Santos. Assign this man to a damn extension already. Okay, he can't miss. He's on fire. Do you see how many bad kickers there are? Do you see how we were just going up against a bad kicker, Nan Bailey, who missed 4 kicks last week? Sign Cairo Santos. Kickers like that don't grow on trees. Okay? Sign them. Defense. We need to have a talk. All right? This Bears defense is starting to scare me because they're so inconsistent. I feel like we've flipped roles now. Now the offense looks like it's consistent and the defense is inconsistent. We got a super chat here from what about Cairo Santos? What's his streak now? 20 straight kicks is his streak. Extend the man, I should say. Cairo Santos is a kicker of our present and our future. So the defense, inconsistent, okay? 27 points here. I'm going to look up the numbers here. We easily gave up over 100 yards to Dalvin Cook. I know that for a fact, okay? Dalvin Cook ran all over Justin Jefferson apart. So now the Bears defense is scaring me, bro. It's scaring me because we used to be a bend but don't break defense, but now we're just breaking. Oh, is it 22? Did I get that wrong? Okay. Thank you guys for pointing that out. I think it's 22 is his kicking streak. Even better. Even better. I'm sorry, Cairo. I let you down, man. I should have said 22. How could I do that, Cairo? You deserve to get extended. Michael Kell with a super chat. It's a sin to drop Mac in coverage, bad defense. Yeah, like here's the thing. We were a bend but don't break defense, but now it's trending towards just a bad defense. Like we let the Vikings score almost every possession. Like, that was a nail biter. And here's the thing. The defense was what was elite on this team. Our offense still isn't elite. We know. And now if our defense is elite, then we have that elite. Before, at least in the first half season, we had an elite defense. So our defense has come down, folks. And it's worrying me. Now, just looking ahead real quickly here, we have the Jaguars next week, which I'm not worried about, but then Packers in week 17. And if the Packers have something to play for, I'm really worried with our defense, okay? So the defense is really scaring me, folks, really scaring me. And we've had a couple injuries. Jalen Johnson didn't play today. That was a big loss. I know I think we had a couple other guys out as well. A couple of guys got hurt today. So the defense is scaring me. Next week we shouldn't have a problem against the Jaguars, but come week 17 against Packers, that's gonna be tough. So overall, here are my thoughts. I predicted the Bears' victory. Love seeing it. Offense is looking good. We're running the football. Offense is exactly how I want it. This is exactly how I want it. So offense, there's nothing to change. Defense needs to get better. Special teams, Cairo Santos is great. So now it's so funny. The weakness of our team right now feels like it's the defense. It really, really does. And I'm not saying our offense is elite, but our defense is really letting us down. So let's try to answer some questions here. Jags game is a trap game. Can't take them for granted. Absolutely not. I'm not saying that. But if we lose to the Jaguars, we don't deserve to make the playoffs. I'm just saying. So, hey, Faiz, as a Brazilian Bear fan, I couldn't be happier for Cairo. The dude is the only Brazilian to ever play in the NFL. That is crazy, Bruno. Thank you for pointing that out. Cairo Santos, man, I'm really happy for him, and it's he deserves to get extended, man. He really does. Yeah, shout out to all the Brazilians, man, and shout out to Cairo Santos. The defense has been playing good, but they did come through in clutch situations. They absolutely did. I'll give it to them, right? Shout out to Robert Quinn. Finally showed up. I think he had his second sack of the entire season, but it was a pretty important one. The defense came through, but 27 points is too much. It's too much. Like, the Bears' offense is not good enough to be in shootouts, okay? We can't be in shootouts, okay? So I need the defense to step up. Pagano has caused the defense downturn in defense. Could be. Love your content, Faiz. I appreciate that, man. We need to bring Lovey back. Chris Lopez with a super chat. I don't think Lovey's going to come back, but we definitely need to find a way to improve the defense. Yeah, like, it's crazy to me that the roles have flipped here. And you know what's going to be interesting is what's going to happen now, moving forward. So let's answer some questions, though, folks. Submit a super chat. I'll answer some questions. And then I got to make another video watching the tape again for you guys and go from there. Should we re-sign Trubisky? Look, here's the thing. We're taking it one game at a time. And so it's difficult to say that right now. But if he makes the playoffs, I think there's a chance. Michael Kelly with the super chat. We can't keep pace in lame duck year. He can't make another first-round pick, especially if he has no contract. Yeah. I agree with you. I totally do. The thing is, if the Bears make the playoffs, right, and let's just say we play an NFC East team, is there a way that they fire pace after a playoff victory? Like, it's hard for me to see that. So I can still see it, but it's just hard. Famous God R6 with a super chat. Let's be honest, as the refs cheated the Bears out of possession. That's a great point. I didn't even talk about that. There were some bogus calls by the refs in this game. We had some fourth down stops, and then they just gave the Vikings the football, right? And then I know there was a couple holding calls that Darnell Mooney had a hold. I think that wasn't called. So the refs were really bad for sure. And then as far as re-signing Mitch, I think the important thing to remember here, folks, is just think about this, all right? Let's say we still quarterback. Well, is that quarterback going to be ready in year one or not? Because if we re-sign Mitch, think about how cheap he's going to be. And if he's going to give us decent play, then we can spend more money elsewhere. All these other teams that have elite quarterbacks, they have to pay them a lot of money and they can't build anywhere else. The thing with Mitch is, in a weird way, because he hasn't been, phenomenal, we don't have to pay him as much if we do decide to re-sign him. Now, for those of you guys asking about re-signing, here's the thing. This is how it's going to work. If the Bears do decide to re-sign Mitchell Trubisky, it would have to be a contract extension. And I don't think Mitch is going to want a one-year deal. It'll probably be like a 2-year deal. But the Bears can franchise tag Mitch, okay? So they can tag Mitch which would be for 1 season. Okay? But I believe that tag is a huge number. I think it is $26 to $29 million. Okay? That's the tag. So the Bears can tag Mitch next year. They really can, but it's going to cost a lot of money. So now you don't have a cheap quarterback, right? You're paying him a lot of money. Bears Forever 14 with a super chat. What was with the refs burning the play clock on both teams today? Brainless. Yeah. The refs made a lot of boneheaded plays today, folks. Honestly, I'm just happy we got out of there with the victory because that was awful. That was awful what the refs did, okay? And I'm not one to really complain about the refs a lot, but that was just bad. Can we bring in Dak or Wentz? Dak's going to cost a whole lot of money, and I do not want Carson Wentz. You want Carson Wentz over this? Mitchell Trubisky is playing good football. I don't want Carson Wentz. Are you kidding me? Can we just appreciate Darnell Mooney with no drops today? Yeah, Darnell Mooney's a stud. He's going to be a good receiver for us. I can't wait for that. So I'm hyped, folks. I really am. I cannot believe we were able to pull out the victory in the fashion that we did. Don't get me wrong, I didn't lose hope, but I'm so happy that they were able to pull it out, guys. And listen, there's a chance here. There's a chance we can do this. There's a chance here we can pull this off and get to the playoffs. Resign Mitch, draft Mac Jones, see what happens. Yeah, right? Resign Mitch to a cheap deal. You can still draft a quarterback. Now, real quickly, talking about the playoff scenarios here, okay? The Bears are now 7-7. We play the Jaguars next, and we play the Packers in Week 17. If the Saints have, if the Saints lose today, what we need to happen now is this. Number one, first and foremost, we need the Cardinals to lose a game. If the Cardinals lose a game, then they have the same record as us. All right? So the first thing is Cardinals need to lose. They play the Eagles today. I think they play the Saints after. Let me just double check here. They got a safety. They're up 2-0 right now. Wow. We're Eagles fans right now, folks. Oh, they play the 49ers next week, and then they play the Rams. So one tough game in there in the Rams, but the 49ers, again, shouldn't be much of an issue for them. So we need the Cardinals to lose one game. If the Cardinals win out, we can't get in. We can't get – even if we win out, we can't get in. So now it's kind of – in a weird way where we are depending on another team. So let's hope the Eagles pull it off today. That's what I'm rooting for. Let's see if it happens, folks. But I cannot wait to see what happens here. The Bears are playing the Jaguars next week. You know that. And then we got the Packers in Week 17. All right, a couple more questions before I get on out of here. What's with the Bears secondary? Yeah, Jalen Johnson was out today, so we did not have our full arsenal of weapons. Let's see here. Bears hitting their stride like Philly did in 2018. Look, folks, it's always better to late as opposed to early. I appreciate that too. Don't sleep on 49ers. I'm not. Oh, I'm going to be a big 49ers fan next week. Don't you worry about that. Let's see here. A couple more questions. Man, that felt good. That felt so good to get that victory, folks. My God. Let's see here. Props to our offensive line. Your O-line's been solid. Love how they're doing. How is Mitch looking so much better now? I'm telling you, it's all about play calling. You know what? I might make a video on this, but I tweeted this the other day. It was a very, very hot take. All right, don't laugh at this, but I'm telling you guys, if Mitch was developed properly, he would be Josh Allen. I'm dead serious. I'm not laughing. He would literally be Josh Allen if he was developed properly. Josh Allen and Mitchell Trubisky were the same type of quarterbacks when they came in. Big arm quarterbacks with decisions. But what was the difference? Josh Allen got the right coaching, right development, right team around him. Mitchell Trubisky didn't. They can make the same type of throws. They have the same talent. They really do. Josh Allen has grown. Mitchell Trubisky regressed. It's all about development. Here's the thing about the NFL. You have to understand. 99% of quarterbacks succeed based on system. There's very few exceptions to that. Exceptions are Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. Well, even Tom Brady, you could say he's a system quarterback, but he's not. He's the, you guys know what I mean. Aaron Rodgers. Point being is, 99% of quarterbacks depend on system. If you do not run the right system around a quarterback, he's not going to succeed. And Matt Nagy was running a system around Mitch like he was a complete pocket passer. Like he was just this, a Peyton Manning in the pocket. No, you have to develop Mitch how he wants to, right? We're talking about, he said it himself. He's like, they're finally doing what I want on the offense. Rollouts, bootlegs, play action, get Cole Kmet involved, run the football with Montgomery, easy reads. That is exactly what the Bills are doing. The Bills are actually what the Bears should have been this year. They're literally what the Bears should have been this year. So that's my hot take, and I'm sticking by it. People want to laugh. I absolutely think it's true. I really do. So I'm going to get on out of here, guys, and get a video going, but appreciate you guys for checking in, man. Thank you so much, and bear down.